My dear student, I am your Jignasha ma'am, and today we'll move to physics part, chapter number 13, that is chemical effect of current. So let's begin. Students, you all are familiar with the term electricity, and we are using this electricity in everyday life. And also, we can't imagine our life without electricity. But this electricity can be useful as well as dangerous at a time. We'll look at the picture given below and will answer the following questions. In first picture, why the boy gets an electric shock? What should he do to avoid getting the shock? Is there any material that you can identify in the picture that makes him more liable for getting an electric shock? And in the second picture, has the electrician taken sufficient precautions to protect himself from getting a shock? What are the items of his attire that are being used to safeguard himself, and what kind of materials are this made up of? So, let's discuss the answer. The boy in the first picture gets an electric shock because his hands get wet and also because he is not wearing a proper footwear for touching the electric switches. Second reason, the water present on the floor makes the boy more liable to get an electric shock. But in picture 2, the electrician is wearing proper footwear and gloves, and insulating materials such as rubber is used. And we know that rubber is poor conductor of electricity. So, from the above picture, can we say because of the presence of water, the boy is getting electric shock? Or we can say, does this mean that electric current can flow through the liquids like water? Yes, students, we are going to discuss in this chapter that how some liquids allow the current to flow through them, and also how chemical reaction takes place when electric current passes through liquid, and what is the process used in different applications. First topic which we are going to discuss about is electrical conductivity. What do you mean by electrical conductivity? The measure of the ability of a substance to allow the flow of electric current is called electrical conductivity. And students, the conductors have got high electrical conductivity. We know conductors किसे कहते हैं? The substance which allow the current to flow through them are known as conductors. और metals और non metals में हमने डिस्कस किया था कि सारे के सारे metals जो है वो good conductor of current है. तो metals like aluminium, copper, silver, gold, they are good conductors of electricity. That's why they have got high electrical conductivity. On the other hand, plastic, rubber, wood, they have low electrical conductivity as they are poor conductor of current. So, the substance which are poor conductor of electricity will have low electric conductivity, and the substance which are good conductor of electricity will have high electrical conductivity. अब ये इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी क्या है? तो कि इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी इज द मेजर of the ability of a substance to allow the flow of electric current is known as electrical conductivity. Students, now we are going to discuss about electrical conductivity of water. First, we'll be discussing about pure water. Pure water is a bad conductor of electric current. That means current will not pass through the sample of pure water. मीन्स हमारे घर में जो बिस्लरी की बॉटल्स आती है वो जो है वो प्योर वाटर कंसिडर कर सकते हैं अगर इसमें कोई टाइप के आयंस प्रेजेंट नहीं हो और इसमें से जो है करंट पास नहीं होगा, या तो कह सकते हो कि इट इज बैड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट। ये प्योर वाटर बैड कंडक्टर क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि उसमें कोई भी टाइप के आयंस प्रेजेंट नहीं है जो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट को पास कर सके। सो प्योर वाटर डज नॉट कंटेन एनी आयंस which can carry electric charges. Therefore, pure water is considered as bad conductor of current. On the other hand, the water which we are getting in our homes is not pure and contains impurities in the form of dissolved salt. Even the small amount of dissolved salt present in the water will make it good conductor of electric current. Means अगर पानी प्योर नहीं होगा उसमें थोड़ी भी impurities present होगी या तो dissolved salt present होंगे तो it will conduct electricity. Or you can say in another words that pure water is bad conductor of electricity and impure water is good conductor of electricity. और impure waters जो है हमारे घर में जो नल में पानी आता है वो impure water consider कर सकते हैं क्योंकि उसमें जो है some types of impurities and dissolved salts are present. Now we'll be discussing about the electrical conductivity of liquids like acids, bases and salt. Most of the acids and bases when dissolved in salt are good conductor of electricity. Means ये जो acid और bases को हम पानी में dissolve करेंगे और current pass करेंगे उसमें तो they will conduct the electricity. अब acid कौन कौन से हैं? सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड है, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड है, नाइट्रिक एसिड है और ये सारे एसिड को हम पानी में डिसॉल्व करेंगे तो करंट जो है पास होगा. इवन द सॉल्ट सच एज सोडियम क्लोराइड जिसे हम कॉमनली सॉल्ट कहते हैं, नमक, एंड पोटेशियम आयोडाइड are heated, then the current will flow through them. That is, they are also good conductor of electricity. So all acids, bases when dissolved in water will conduct electricity, and the salt when heated they will conduct electricity. So this is about the conductivity of acid, base and salts. Now students will be seeing a activity which is based on the electrical conductivity of this substance what we discussed about, that is water and other liquids. So let us see. activity, we concluded that tap water, salt water are good conductor of electricity and distilled water is bad conductor of electricity, or you can say electric current. Next we are going to discuss about the effect of impurities on electrical conductivity of water. Means जब impurities water में present होती है तो किस तरह से इलेक्ट्रिक करंट जो है उसमें से पास होता है. तो बच्चों जब impurities पानी में हम डिज़ोल्व करते हैं ना तो ये आयंस प्रोड्यूस करता है और ये आयंस की वजह से ही इलेक्ट्रिक करंट जो है सॉल्यूशन में से पास होता है. तो ये आयंस क्या है? आयंस जो है ना वो एटम्स और ग्रुप ऑफ एटम्स हैं जिसके पास पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव चार्ज प्रेजेंट है. सो व्हेन impurities dissolved in water, they form ions, and these ions make it possible for an electric current to pass through the solution. And what are ions? Ions are atoms or group of atoms with positive or negative charges. Now let us discuss by taking an example of common salt, or you can say sodium chloride. जब हम ये सॉल्ट को प्योर वाटर में जो है डिज़ोल्व करेंगे तो वो आयंस प्रोड्यूस करेंगे एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ आयन इट विल कंडक्ट द करंट. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, हम जब सॉल्ट को प्योर वाटर में डिज़ोल्व करेंगे, दैट इज सोडियम क्लोराइड को डिज़ोल्व करेंगे ना, तो वो सोडियम आयंस और क्लोराइड आयंस जो है प्रोड्यूस करेगा एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ आयंस द इलेक्ट्रिक करंट फ्लोज थ्रू द सॉल्यूशन. सो दिस इज हाउ द करंट विल फ्लो इन वाटर. That is because of the presence of ions, positive and negative ions. Now we'll be discussing about electrolytic cell. When we are taking this salt solution on putting them in a beaker and we are passing the current, then such type of arrangement is known as electrolytic cell. As we know that pure water does not conduct electricity, but when we are taking the water and mixing salt in it, that is salt solution, it conducts an electricity. This arrangement in which we are taking the salt solution and passing the current is known as electrolytic cell. And what are the parts present in the electrolytic cell? There are two rods. They are known as electrode. Then battery is there, light bulb is there, and electrolytic solution is also present. Now first of all we'll see about the electrodes. The rods made up of conducting material are known as electrode, and the electrode connected to negative terminal of a battery is known as cathode, and the connected to the positive terminal of a battery is known as anode. In the diagram it is also written. When you see the diagram, on the left hand side cathode is there which is connected to the negative terminal of a battery. Then bulb is attached and one end of the bulb is connected to another conducting rod and the name is given as anode. So anode is connected to the positive terminal of a battery and cathode is connected to the negative terminal of a battery. और ये जो इलेक्ट्रोड है ना वो कंडक्टर से बने हैं, और यू कैन से इन अनदर वर्ड्स दे आर मेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ कंडक्टिंग मटीरियल. नेक्स्ट इज इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. A liquid that conducts electricity because of the presence of iron is known as an electrolyte. So salt solution is an example of electrolyte which is made up of salt and water. सो स्टूडेंट्स, इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल में क्या क्या प्रेजेंट होता है? इलेक्ट्रोड होते हैं, दो कंडक्टिंग रॉड्स, जिसे हम एनोड और कैथोड कहते हैं। कैथोड जो है वो नेगेटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी से ज्वाइंट है और एनोड जो है वो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी से ज्वाइंट है। उसके बाद इलेक्ट्रोलाइट है। इलेक्ट्रोलाइट क्या है? A liquid that conducts electricity, and then battery is also present. So such an arrangement is known as electrolytic cell. Now we are going to see about electrolysis. What do you mean by electrolysis? The production of chemical reaction by passing electric current through an electrolyte is called electrolysis. तो ये electrolysis क्या है कि केमिकल रिएक्शन जो प्रोड्यूस होगा कब? जब हम करंट पास करेंगे इलेक्ट्रोलाइट में, उस प्रोसेस को हम इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस कहेंगे। So, the production of a chemical reaction by passing an electric current through an electrolyte is called electrolysis. Students, now we are going to discuss about ions. An electrolyte contains ions. Ions will be of two types, cations and anions. Now, the positive charge ions are known as cations and the negative charge ions are known as anions. So, these are the two types of ions. And students, we have already discussed about ions. What are ions? Ions are atoms or group of atoms with positive or a negative charge. And this positive charge ions are known as cations and the negative charge ions are known as anions. Now, this positive charge ions are known as cations. Why? Because they are attracted to the cathode, and on the other hand, the negative charge ions are known as anions because they are attracted to the anode. And students, we know that opposite charges attract each other, means plus और minus का attraction होगा, but plus और minus होंगे तो they will repel each other. In same way, cations being a positive charge, they get attracted to the negative charge cathode and move towards it, and anions being a negative charge get attracted to the positive charge anode and moves towards it, and this is how the electric current will flow when the movement of ions will take place. So this is about ions, that is cations and anions. The positive charge ions are known as cations and the negative charge ions are known as anions. And you can see in the diagram also, cations के पास कौन सा चार्ज है? पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, और वहाँ कहाँ पे वो अट्रैक्ट हो रहा है? कैथोड पे। और एनायंस के पास कौन सा चार्ज है? नेगेटिव चार्ज है, और वो एनोड की तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो रहा है। So, in the electrolytic solution, both positive charge and negative charges ions are present, and the cations having a positive charge वो कहाँ पे? तो के कैथोड पे जाके अट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं, और एनायंस जो नेगेटिव चार्ज है वो एनोड के पास जाके अट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं। So, this is about ions. And students, this explains how ions move in an electrolytic cell and thus conduct an electric current. A chemical reaction takes place at anode and cathode, and it can be observed as the deposition of metals on an electrode. So this is about electrolysis. So what is electrolysis? Once again, the production of a chemical reaction by passing an electric current through an electrolyte is known as electrolysis.
Will current flow through a liquid which causes chemical changes? Yes, you did hear that correctly. Current flowing through a liquid. Now, not all liquids can conduct. The liquid can be a molten ionic compound or an aqueous solution. In either case, it must be able to carry current. Let's take a common example, table salt. If you heat sodium chloride to over 801 degrees Celsius, it will melt. The liquid will contain free-flowing positive sodium ions and negative chloride ions. This simply means that sodium and chloride ions are free to move within the liquid sodium chloride. Positive ions are called cations. Negative ions are called anions. Now consider putting two electrical conductors into the liquid. Copper would be good as it has a higher melting point. Nothing happens to the ions at this point, but if we connect the two bits of copper to an electrical cell or power supply, then things start to get interesting. We do need to sidestep for a moment to look at electrical current in a metal. From our lesson Behaviour of Metallic Structures, we know that electrons in a metal aren't bound to particular atoms. They form a sea of electrons that can move easily if a potential difference or a voltage is applied across it. This could be from an electrical cell or a battery. The electrons will begin to drift towards the positive terminal of the battery, and this is what happens when current flows. Current is the movement of charge, in this case, electrons. Now, let's go back to our molten sodium chloride. We've added our copper wires, let's call them electrodes, and now we'll connect these to an electrical cell. The electrons will start to flow in the wires, and this will cause one electrode to become positively charged and the other negatively charged. This has an immediate knock-on effect in the molten sodium chloride, which you'll remember is a mixture of sodium cations and chloride anions. Anything positively charged in the liquid, in this case the sodium ions, is going to be attracted to the negative electrode. And anything negatively charged, in this case the chloride ions, is going to be attracted to the positive electrode. This is because opposite electrical charges attract. When the ions meet the electrodes, electron exchange happens, and this triggers a chemical reaction. Solids can form, gases can be given off, and new solutions can be left behind. It all depends on the liquid and what material the electrodes are made from. There is more detail about this process in our lesson Interpreting Electrode Equations. There are special names for the electrodes, which are usually metal plates with a larger surface area than a piece of wire. The positive electrode is called the anode, it attracts anions, and the negative electrode is called the cathode, it attracts cations. The liquid is effectively conducting electrical current. The only difference is that the charge carriers in the liquid, in other words the charged particles that are moving, are ions. If a liquid has free moving ions and can conduct like this, it is called an electrolyte. Remember that electrolysis can also take place in ionic solutions as well as molten compounds. The more concentrated that solution, the greater the ion flow rate. Ion flow rate can also be increased by increasing the potential difference or voltage across the cell. We'll be studying several examples of electrolysis in more detail in other lessons. For the time being, though, here is a summary of the key ideas about electrolysis. Electrolysis is the flow of electrical current in a conducting solution or molten liquid that causes chemical changes. The conducting liquid is called an electrolyte and has free moving ions. The conducting plates, bars or wires inserted into an electrolyte are called electrodes. Positive ions are called cations and are attracted to the cathode. Negative ions are called anions and are attracted to the anode. When current flows in an electrolyte, it is the ions that move and carry the electrical charge. When current flows in the electrodes and wires, it is the electrons that move and carry the electrical charge.